I want to talk about Carol today from Iceland. Carol came to me because she felt so depleted. She felt no matter what she's doing, in her job, she helped kids to be in foster care, and that was her job. But also she did a lot of other things to help families and to be in charities and so on. And she was totally depleted when she came, and she asked me how I can help her to gain back her energy and to get unstuck. She felt she was stuck and she couldn't point the finger on it. And I told her, you know what, you don't have to. Let's see what the test brings and what our collaboration brings here in this session. So what we found out is that Carol was adopted, and she had she said she was actually quite okay with it. But then when we did the session and we put her blood parents into their rightful place for giving her life, and her adoption parents into their place, and also her brother who was adopted into his place, she was feeling the space that she held or didn't hold enough for herself, and that she always felt lost, and she always felt disconnected from herself. So she was not aware, but in this moment when we were putting everybody into their rightful place, she felt all those tears coming up. And she said, I don't understand what's happening, why I'm crying, but I don't care. I just feel it's right. And I encouraged her to go deeper into that feeling and to give it a voice. And I guided her through a certain ritual that reconnects her with her blood. We always have a right to know where we come from, and to give also the adoption parents a rightful place, because without them she wouldn't be here. So she felt that she had a conflict of loyalty all her life, and this is why she helped foster kids. But she helped them actually too much. She did too much. She spread herself too thin to overcompensate what she never felt she had. And it didn't work like this, because it never works like this. Because all that work didn't really fill her up. It made her even more depleted, even though she did good work. And once we could connect her blood with her, and we could also show her how she can be loyal to her family that raised her without having to lose the loyalty towards the family where she comes from, she felt a burden lifted from her shoulders. And later on, she really found out where her family was. She was talking, some of them were already dead, but she was talking to other siblings. So she found actually out how big her family was, and that she was an aunt, a grandmother, and so on and so on. And so she could have both. She could have the family that raised her and the family that was connected to her. And she was so happy, because she could see how she looked like certain cousins, and she has never seen anybody who looked like her or who had certain similar behavior that was passed on to the DNA and so on. So she made a new life out of this, because she redefined how she wants to be there for the kids in the charity, and she did it for totally different reasons, not to find peace in herself, because she found that from where it really needed to come, from her roots and from her life, and she could give in an easy way, and she was rewarded 1,000-fold. And this reward, she could receive it because she felt worthy. She felt, I know now who I am, and it's all good, and I'm calm, and it all comes together inside me. Totally different story. And I hope her story helps you If you feel like you have something like that too, and you want to share it, or you want to find out what I can do for you, feel free to connect. Thank you for listening.